Should the 49ers fans be concerned about Brock Purdy?
I'll say I'm not ready to say that to be super concerned, but you're definitely a tad bit concerned. Because I think, too, the thing is, it's like, yeah, there was a couple bad plays, but more than anything, he did a lot of stuff where, like, if the defense had one of the days that we expect out of this defense, it's like they probably still would have been in the game, had a chance to win the game. Still kind of did to an extent, but you get my point. It's like, and the run game, for whatever reason, just really didn't get going. They didn't really go to the run game that much. Perhaps it's also just because the Bengals started out so hot. It happens. It is what it is. Certain things factor into it. But regardless, 3 losses in a row. And the thing I really want to talk about that I thought was very interesting is that in this case, look, Brock Purdy, 5 interceptions over the last 3 games. He only had 4 interceptions prior to this 3-game stretch in his whole career up to this point. So, it's interesting to the extent of it's like, is he starting to get in his own head with like jumping the gun on reading things too quickly? Maybe I don't want to say seeing ghosts because he's still playing good. I'm not gonna say that he's still making more good plays than bad. But the bad plays is where it's like that's not that's not what we've become accustomed to seeing out of Brock Purdy.
No,
how quickly is this going to turn around, kind of thing?
Well, I think is like the biggest cause for concern is like maybe less about the immediate situation, but more about the future. Like kind of what we were talking about. Like, okay, let's say Brock Purdy doesn't pick it up over these next couple of games. Well, you have Sam Darnold, yeah, but you traded away the guy that you moved up to go get for this guy. And if he doesn't work out, then I think it looks really, really bad. And similar to kind of Jordan Love, like I was saying earlier, like when the situation's not perfect and things start to break down, like he should be kind of filling in that void, and he's not. So I think the 49ers fans need to be concerned about the future, less about the immediate situation, because the implications of like what will happen if Purdy ends up not being the guy. You're back to square one.
Well, shit, it just goes back to the whole when Purdy gets the bag, what are things going to look like? I mean, this is him on a minimal contract too.
Yeah.
Taking up no space. When you got to pay the man to take up space and you're losing good guys because of him. And I mean, again, I'm not ready to go there yet because he could totally turn it back around, look like the Brock Purdy we got used to seeing, and then it's all for nothing. I won't even bring it back up. But if this is the direction it keeps trending down, it's only right to bring it up again. And that's what we brought up today. We'll bring it up if we have to again.
You have lost the lead in the division too.
Right. It's like when Purdy gets the bag, what is it going to look like, right? It's something that every 49ers fan has got to start considering if you haven't already.
So Nick Bosa just doesn't play football anymore.
I want to say about this. It's like, I think he's still playing good ball. He's still, he's holding down the edge. He's still playing great run defense. He's still getting close. He's getting home, just not getting the sacks. You know what I mean? It's like just one of those seasons for him right now. But it's like, I think he still deserves he's still playing good football. It's just he's not getting the numbers up like he used to. CMC tying the NFL streak touchdown record.
Oh, I think he broke it this game actually.
I might be mistaken. Was this the one he broke it?
Yeah, hold on, I'll look it up.
Double check for me. I'm going to see.
Consecutive touchdowns scored. No, he has tied it. My bad.
So he has one
next
more.
week he would break it.
So yeah, he has a chance to break that next week. I mean, that's just it will be unbelievable. But I have no doubt he can do it. I mean, we'll be waiting for it. Going to be watching. If you're a Niners fan, you definitely got a lot of faith he's going to do it. Moving over to the Bengals side of things, no doubt Joe Burrow's back, right?
I mean, that was really going to be my question to you is Joe Burrow fully back now?
I'd say this was the best performance of the week, right? 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 43 rush yards. I mean, he just went absolutely ballistic. Jamar also back on an absolute tear. Last 2 weeks, 31 receptions, 372 yards, 4 touchdowns. There's definitely not a hotter receiver in football minus A.J. Brown. I mean, and even arguably at that point, they're just neck and neck. It's just, and then with T. Higgins too. Only second game this year where he had over 5 receptions all year. But it's like, was this the game where he gets back on track? You know? You got to feel like that. You got to feel positive about it. It's like, well, this is the game that he got back on track.
Feels like the Bengals are finally rolling.
And Joe's been getting back on track. Yeah. I know Mixon's been moving. Mixon's been getting the touchdowns up, the yards up.
Oh, fuck, they're back, man. Everyone was questioning about it, but they're back. This is like how it feels every year.
I decided. I said this when the year started. I said it even when they were like 1-3. I had faith in it. They're showing through. They are literally that same DNA the Patriots had. Where and not minus the championships yet. There's no championships here. But that same DNA where they start off really shitty almost every year, and everybody's the same thing. It was always saying the Patriots, like 1-2, 2-2, 1-3. Everyone's like, oh man, this is the year. Like the wheels are falling off. And it's like, no, they're like, we're still here, bro. They're like, we were just feeling it out. Like the first month to us is almost like feel it out, and then they really start like going at their opponent how they want to go at them. Really start moving how they want to move. That's just how the Bengals are at this point.
Do you have any more thoughts on this game?
Only one I have to do a quick shout out. Quick shouts to the Bengals defense. Swarming, 4th and 3 with turnovers. Again, against the Niners, they protect the ball so well. It's an accomplishment.